Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverley and it's so lovely to see you today. In today's video we're going to be doing some art magic with my ancestors, so grab that cup of tea, let's get to it. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I've been delving into ancestral work for about 3-4 years now, and I really love spending time with my family and with people in my bloodline. I'm very lucky. Most of the people in my family are really lovely and I want to spend time with them, but I definitely feel called to do a little bit more this month. It is October, so it's the perfect time as we move towards Samhain to start thinking about, if you want to work with your ancestors or if you already do work with them, how to reignite, try something new and have some fun with your ancestors. So I have designed 2 books. This is a book that it's completely black inside all the pages. I love the black ribbon on the side to hold it together, and it's just plain black inside. So I did a design on the back, on the front I mean, brain. And then I have an A4 folder where I want to keep copies for each person of like their birth certificate, their death certificate, and any information that I can find online, because a lot of this information I've been doing online for a while through ancestry.com, and so I wanted to write it down. I wanted to really deep delve into each person and find out as much as I could about each person. So I'm going to write down the family tree as it goes, put pictures and things like that in there, and then in this just normal folder I am going to put A4 wallets in, so that then I can, for each person, keep all their documents together. I think that's really important, and this was definitely inspired by this amazing book, The Book of the Ancestors by Claire Goodchild. It is so inspiring. This book is so good, and I do think, if I remember correctly, that I did a whole review of this book. So if you're interested, I will leave a link to that video and to the whole playlist. I've got about 8 ancestor videos already on the channel, so if you would like to check those out, they're in the description. I just wanted something that was going to be very simple, not expensive, because I know my family were all working class people. They were all like farmers and butchers, that kind of thing on this side of the family, and so they would have been very thrifty, very good with money, and not spending a lot of money on frivolous things would be important to them. So definitely look at the sort of things that your ancestors would be drawn to as to things to do for them. But I definitely wanted to delve into some art magic. So let's get to it, shall we? So we're starting off showing you what I'm going to be using, and I'm using these white Posca paint pen and a silver paint marker pen, and then I just got a normal A4 binder in black and this craft book from Hobbycraft that they've got out at the moment for Halloween. Don't know if they have it all year round, but links to everything are down below. This is all black paper throughout, and it's a lovely black ribbon on the side, so it looks just really nice. Perfect for an ancestral grimoire. So we are concentrating on decorating the front of the black book. And I'm being really inspired by the Book of Ancestors by Claire Goodchild. The artwork in that is just beautiful, and I want to do like the lettering of it as well as the banner. So I'm just writing out in pencil ancestor grimoire. I think I use ancestor grimoire because I'm not very good at lettering and things. My husband's brilliant at calligraphy and all that kind of thing, but I want to get better at it, so I'm trying to do it myself. And this first bit I wasn't happy with, and then I lost some footage, so we're going to have a little bit of a jump improved the grimoire, and I also added the banner. It's like a curved banner, and either side is a snake to represent Hecate. She guards the underworld, and I really want and use working with her as a protection goddess when I'm working with them, but also to ask for her protection over my ancestors. So I really wanted to include that here on the front cover. And then we're heading back into the Book of Ancestors, and I found some urns as a reference, and I'm just drawing out a little urn because here in England we cremate most of our family who pass away because we don't have as much room as they have in other countries. We're quite a small island, so it felt more natural to have an urn rather than a tombstone or gravestone. That's just personal thing for me as an English witch. I was quite pleased with how this little urn came out actually. I thought it looked really nice. And I was just copying one that was in the book because I'm still not very good at drawing, but I am getting better, so I was really pleased with that. And then I did some little squiggles in the corners. I don't know how else to call them really. Just to give that kind of Art Deco kind of feel to the thing. I think it looks really, really nice. And there's my front cover design. And then I just grabbed my white Oscar paint pen. I don't know if it is paint actually, but either way, I'm just going over the writing in white. Very traditional. I just wanted it to be black, white and silver. Those are the colours that I mostly associate with ancestor work and ghosts and things. I think it's what most people think of. Now I'm just going over the ancestor grimoire writing. I love doing ancestor work, but as I spoke about in a recent video, I do find ghosts kind of scary, so it's not easy for me to do, but I love just remembering my family and working with them is just so beautiful. And I have found since working with Hecate that I have been less afraid. Especially recently, I have found myself really longing to do more ancestor work, which is quite interesting. But to me definitely says that as the veil thins, my family are reaching out to me more, and that's amazing. So now I've reached for the silver paint pen and I'm going round these snakes. They're not the best snakes in the world, but you can see what I'm going for. They've got a forked tongue and little eyeballs and a little rattle at the end. And I've put them either side just to bring in Hecate's energy, as in my mind she protects and helps my ancestors to work with me. So I'm just going around the banner now. I think it looks really nice. I'm really pleased with it. So let me know what you think. And now I'm just going around the drawing of the urn in the silver paint pen, just to make it really stand out and look really nice. I did also, once it was dry, go round with a rubber and just clean up the little edges and bits that were showing. But otherwise, I just wanted it to look like I'd drawn it and it was my inspiration. And then I took the white paint and just coloured in the bottom of the pattern that I put on the urns, like a little triangle kind of pattern. And just coloured that in. I do think this looks like a really pretty urn and something quite traditional. Like if you look at really old pottery and stuff, I watch a lot of mudlarking, so I wanted to bring that kind of old flavour to it. I think it looks really nice. And here I am just using the white pen to go around the little filigree, little fiddly bits in the corners. I don't know what to call those. Sorry for those of you with sight issues. Squiggly bits in the corners. There you go, pretty. So now we're choosing the design, and it's a skull with the crossbones underneath that I found online. And my husband did this on the folder because I started to really overthink it and really struggle to be able to draw it. So my lovely husband stepped in, who is an artist, and he drew it for me in white pencil so that I could then go over it in the pens. I think it looks really nice. Little skull with the crossbones. It's very traditional and something that, again, I just love those traditional images that we used a lot for ancestors and for our beloved. So it's just a skull with crossbones, very traditional. And what I love about the book that I used as inspiration was that it had a lot of information about traditional headstones and imagery that we would use in the past and what it meant. And I love that. I love learning things like that. And a huge thank you to my husband for doing the drawing. And here I am taking a pen. It's an acrylic pen from a set I've had for ages, and I'm just taking the white from that to colour in the skull and crossbones. And it looks so cool because where you can see the colouring in the lines, it kind of looks like crackling on the skull. I just thought it came together really nicely, and I love this imagery. It makes me think of pirates and danger, but it's also just a really beautiful image because, you know, this is what we become when we become ancestors. And I thought it came out really beautifully. Colouring in was kind of hard because my hand kept resting on the folder and rubbing out the white paint pencil that my husband had drawn. We got there in the end. And I think it looks really cool, but that might just be me. Let me know what you think, and let me know what imagery you would have used on these folders and what you think down below in the comments, because it really does mean a lot to me that you guys watch my videos, and it's just really special to get your thoughts and opinions, and I reply to everyone as well. So let me know your thoughts down below. Now, I will admit, after this, I lost a bit of footage. Oops. But I finished colouring in the skull and crossbones, and then I just added Ancestral grimoire across one of the bones and the other one with my surname from before I was married. And there it was, finished. I was really pleased with this. Again, let me know your thoughts. And now back to Beverley in the studio. And there you have it. That is how I made these two folders into something special for my ancestors. I'm not the best at art, but if you look back at my previous art videos, I hope that you will see that I am getting better at it. I definitely spend a lot of time trying to get better at drawing. My husband very nicely drew out the skull and crossbones for me because I was overthinking it and getting really stressed about it. So he drew that out and I coloured it in. My plan for this first page is to put a lot of information about myself here, like when I was born, where I was born, the places I've lived, my interests and things like that, because this is my family tree on my father's side. So I'm going to put a lot of information in here about myself because that's where we're starting off from, and I think that's really important and really cool to do, and they talk a lot about that in this book. There's a whole section about things to include about yourself, so I'm going to be definitely guided by that. Now obviously this is very personal, so I'm not going to show me actually delving into this, but I'm hoping in a year's time it will be done, and if it is I might do a flip through. Let me know if that's something that you would like to see. I want to give a shout out to all my Patreons and say a huge thank you to them for their support, and don't forget, if you would like to support me, I am on Ko-fi and on Patreon, and you can follow me for free on both platforms, so no pressure. Definitely go go and check those out if you would like. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please head down below and leave this video a cheeky like and a comment so I know and the YouTubiverse know that you enjoyed it, and it will spread it out just that little bit more. While you're down there, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here on Mondays and Fridays. It really depends on how my health is, but I try my very best to be here with you every week, at least once a week. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful, magical week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.